Hello, this is the Daily Focus. My name is Joseph Kofi. Today we'll be discussing Pan-Africanism. What is it about? Is it working? Why is it not working? These are some of the questions we'll be finding an answer to today. And we'll move on to look at some of our leaders who fought for this. Today I have two strong young Pan-Africanists in the house. I have in the house Mr. Zifanu K. Pidio. He's a graduate from University of Ghana. He studied political science and sociology, combined major. He's a young Pan-Africanist, political analyst, and a creative writer. Honorable Pidio, welcome to the Daily Focus.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity. The honor done to be here today. I believe today the series is going to be hot. I believe today the series is going to be hot, and I will give our possible best to our listeners to understand the concept behind Pan-Africanism and why it needs to be what we need to be practicing in Africa for us to be.
Sure. So that's Pidio K. Zifanu. My extreme rights, I have Evans Aram Amatoji. He's also a young Pan-Africanist. He studied psychology and sociology, combined major in University of Ghana. He's a writer and a political analyst, activist at Wales, and a co-partner of Smart Mind Consult. These are the young men we have in the house today trying to put Pan-Africanism agenda across the globe. So, without much ado, we'll be moving straight to what Pan-Africanism is all about. Mr. Evans, I'm starting from you. When we talk about Pan-Africanism, what is it about?
Thank you very much, Kofi. It's an honor to be here. I think this is an interesting program. This program has since been a long time coming. I'm glad it's finally here. And as youths of this country, and for that matter, this continent, we're glad to be part of it. When you talk about the concept of Pan-Africanism, this is a movement that agendaed to bring Africa, intellectual, like-minded people with a vision, same goal, same agenda, irrespective of geographical location, whether you are in the diaspora or you are in this continent, whether you are in Ghana or you are in Angola. It is a movement that is geared towards bringing all of us, the black race, together to achieve absolute liberation of the black race. That's simply what Pan-Africanism is all about.
Okay, very good. So we are moving straight to Pidio. What do you have for us when we talk about Pan-Africanism?
Thank you, Kofi. Pan-Africanism tends to bring all Africans together, like my elder brother here have said, irrespective of their geographical location. You know, I try to explain Africanism as things of Africa, and the pan that is affixed to it, the prefix, which is the pan, it's a Greek word, and it simply means all.
We are learning something new today.
Yes.
The pan simply means
all. Simply means all. So affixing all to Africanism means what? All things about Africa.
Okay.
All right. So what it only means is that irrespective of where you are, probably you can be in the United States, someone might be in Asia, or whatever someone
Ghana.
might be in the continent
Yeah.
of Africa, it all needs to come together.
Okay.
Pan-African is geared towards the fact that we believe we all have a common history, but then we also believe that we have a common destiny. So if we are having a common destiny as sons of Africa, if you're having a common destiny as daughters of Africa, then the onus lies on us to come together and make sure that that dream is achieved, and that is Pan-Africanism. How do we achieve that dream? When we find ourselves at the workplace, we project Africa. When we find ourselves in a room, we project Africa. Wherever we find ourselves, we should make sure that whatever we do is geared towards the development of Africa, the emancipation of Africa. And that is what Pan-Africanism is all about.
Okay, all right. So that is a video on Pan-Africanism. We'll be moving straight to some of the leaders who fought for Pan-Africanism. But before that, we'll go for a short break. When we come, we'll look at what some of the leaders did across the world to push Pan-Africanism agenda forward. Thank you. Hello, you are welcome back to the Daily Focus. My name is Joseph Kofi. I have in the house Evans Aaron Ametoji and PDO K Jifanu. I get it right? Very good. So we are speaking on issue Pan-Africanism, and then we just throw more light on what Pan-Africanism is all about. You can follow us on our Facebook channel, Joseph Kofi, and then YouTube live streaming Joseph Kofi, and you can call us on 0545 414427 if you want to advertise your products. If you want to be panelist of this show, you can call us on 0545 414427. This edition of Daily Focus is brought to you by Tracy's Function Palace, Smart Minds Consults, and Chris Joseph Multimedia College. So we are still on Iran. Yes.
I want to touch on the origin of Pan-Africanism. Even though we as Africans, we have come to embrace this concept of Pan-Africanism, many will ask, where is the origin? Where did it come from? Is it from the continent of Africa or somewhere else? The origin of Pan-Africanism actually started in the diaspora by a man called Sylvester Henry Williams from Trinidad. He tried to convey like-minded black colored people in the year 1900 to actually deliberate about the way forward leading to the liberation of the black race.
Okay.
That is when Pan-Africanism actually started from. But before that, there was an awareness, a consciousness that was brought out by the great Marcus Garvey through his movement that was back in 1820. That movement actually brought that consciousness to the black race about how the ways by which they can all come together to fight for their rights. Fast forward, there were various meetings or conferences that were held after the 1900 conference, and the most important one being the 5th conference that was held in Manchester 1945, which saw a huge presentation by the people of Africa, the origins of Africa in that conference, with the likes of Jomo Kenyatta of Kenya and our very own Osadifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who were very active at that conference in 1945, Manchester. This conference actually gave us a lot of roadmaps to which our forefathers at the time who were trying to fight for our political independence, they actually laid out that path where they can use to achieve this goal, which they actually utilized in achieving the independence, starting with us Ghanaians in the year 1957, and then trying to which later on spread across the continent. And there were many intellectuals also who also contributed to the development of Pan-Africanism, the likes of Cheikh Anta Diop, who took it upon himself.
Yes.
Cheikh Anta Diop, a man considered to be the pharaoh of knowledge in Africa, as W.E.B. Du Bois intellectually is to the diaspora. This man is also considered to be the great intellectual of Africa. He took it upon himself to study into the history about Egypt, the inhabitants there, since it was falsified to be a white inhabitant during the ancient time. These were few leaders who actually took it upon themselves to keep the flame of Pan-Africanism burning till now, where we, the youth of today, have come to embrace it more, and we are doing everything possible to see to it that the dream that was then our forefathers is now our dream to be achieved.
Very good. Okay, so we are moving straight to PDO. Yes, what do you have to say concerning our leaders who fought for Pan-Africanism?
Kofi, I'm very critical about Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's role. When we talk about Pan-Africanism in the course of the African continent, we dare not undermine the role that this gentle Osadifo, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, have played so far as that concept is realized. In short, Nkrumah, one of our own, attended Achimota, right? So those of our listeners who are from Achimota should know that he really groomed someone great for this country. And when he finished his elementary school, he went to Achimota and then proceeded to the United States of America, to be precise, in the year 1935. He went to Lincoln University for the quest of knowledge. He really wanted to enrich himself for the benefit of the African continent. I don't know really if he had those Pan-African ideologies all this while before he went to the States, but when he got there, he needs to blend work with schooling. Area can relate to some of these things like myself. So what he was working, dishwasher and other menial jobs to be able to send for his face, you realize that the black man have not been treated fairly at all. So it's something that he hated. Nkrumah never liked the fact that people are being subordinated, injustice to humanity, irrespective of the color. So that pushes him to join black organizations, to understand, to have an in-depth knowledge of what exactly the situation was.
Okay, so before I come, this is the Daily Focus. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. You can follow us, subscribe, and send your comments. This is the Daily Focus. I'm Joseph Kofi. I have in the studio PDO and Aram. We are moving straight. That's PDO who just spoke about Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and the major role he played when it comes to Pan-Africanism. And then Aram also mentioned of Diop, who also played major role. I think majority of you should go out there, grab some of the historical books, and then read more about Pan-Africanism, and then follow us closely, and you never get missing when it comes to Pan-Africanism. We are moving straight to the roadmap that we, the young ones, we can play, because when you look at all the people you have mentioned so far, most of them are no more. So can we mention some of the leaders who are currently pushing for this agenda? Are there any leaders out there who are willing to help we the young ones come up with this agenda, organize the conferences that Nkrumah and Co has organized, and then they were able to come up with this idea of United States of Africa, which they never realized. What can we do as a young man to realize these facts? Straight to Aaron.
Thank you again. Pan-Africanism and the notion of United States of Africa, we cannot distinguish these two notions conceptually because they go hand in hand. You understand? Everyone that stands for Pan-Africanism is also calling for the United States of Africa.
Okay.
So when we are talking about Pan-Africanism, in other hand we are talking about United States of Africa. You know, our forefathers who actually brought up this concept of Pan-Africanism actually had a roadmap to achieve this goal of United States of Africa. And in so doing, they fought for the political independence of the people of this continent, Africa, which I believe you agree with me, they have done their parts, they have achieved their best as it stands now.
Alright.
And the issue with us now is how we are taking upon what they have achieved and improving or maybe getting to that a place that they have dreamed of getting to, which is the United States of Africa. I'm glad to see our very own from South Africa, Julius Malema, which is who is fighting for the economic freedom of not only South Africa but the whole of the continent. Our very own Ernesto, here also fighting for freedom fighters, economic freedom fighters. Our professor from Kenya, PLO Lumumba, who is now at the verge of, he is leading anything concerning Pan-Africanism, or he is igniting that passion, that zeal in the youth right now.
And Julius
Malema in South Africa is also doing a great job. So the concept has actually, though it has seen a baby steps over decades since the initiation of this agenda, we have not moved that much, but we are also not giving up hope. We the youth, the continent of Africa has that fountain of youth that we can drink from in all aspects, So we just need that roadmap that each Pan-African movement has to use to achieve this United States of Africa. And I'll be glad to come back to lay some of these few roadmaps that we can actually use to achieve this United States of Africa.
Okay, so that's Abraham trying to tell us some of the roadmaps and some of the leaders who are currently alive pushing this agenda. We are moving straight to video in 2 minutes. What are some of the roadmaps you think we the young ones can put in place to achieve this?
Thank you, Kofi. For your 2 minutes, I will try to do my best to actually nail it. When you want to look at the roadmap, then first of all we have to look at the flaws. What exactly have been the lapses that is preventing us from achieving these goals?
Okay.
You see, I always say that even before we achieve a continental unity, within the various regions of the continent, there must be unity. You can't leave your home which does not have peace and go into another person to preach peace. So it must first of all start from us. And when we have that freedom, that is where we can preach to the rest of the nation. Kofi, I think there should be some kind of, how do I put it, probably policies that calls for the economic emancipation of the people.
Okay.
When you look at Ghana, for instance, we are looking at the planting for food and job that this government is opening up to. I think it's also one of the remedies. One of the remedies, because when you are building a foundation, when you are building a house, you need a foundation. Right? Before people can develop, they have to get their economic freedom. Now, what are the economic freedom? It's likely they are not building infrastructures, and those things are part of the economy. But there are more to it.
Okay.
When I get to the market, am I able to get food to buy? How much does it cost me to buy food? Am I hungry whilst I'm in my country? When the whites were here, people believed that probably they could get some of the things they want because they import them and it was okay. But now that they are gone, they wanted to see if we can stand on our own as blacks.
Okay.
So we need to plant the things that we eat and stop going out there to beg them for what to eat. I think that is one of the major things that we should do.
Okay.
So our leaders, as a roadmap, must make sure that the importations should be cut down.
Okay.
The youth should be engaged in what they eat,
Okay,
what
so
we wear.
our importation should be cut down so that we cherish our own goods. So that's video, and then we will be continuing this discussion tomorrow 7:30 p.m. This is the Daily Focus. My name is Joseph Kofi. Tomorrow we'll be tackling the main question: why is Pan-Africanism not working, or is it working? These are some of the 2 questions we'll be answering tomorrow. So stay tuned. Follow our Facebook channel, our YouTube channel, Joseph Kofi. Call us on 0545 414427 if you want to advertise your products, and then if you want to be a panelist or forward your comments, and then everything will be attended to. Thank you very much. Catch you tomorrow 7:30 p.m. Today's edition is brought to you by Tracy's Fashion Palace, and then Smart Mind Consult, Chris Joseph Multimedia Palace. I'm Joseph Kofi. I have in the studio Elram and Pidio. They helped me today to discuss what exactly Pan-Africanism is all about. Tomorrow, catch you. We'll answer why is it not working, or is it working. Thank you.